Issue 3. Health. People say that health is the most important thing in life, but it seems to have the least significance in their actual lives. Indeed, most people actually undermine their health through lack of exercise and unbalanced diets. Alcohol, smoking, and junk food also aggravate this phenomenon. Another factor that adds to people's health problems is stress. Experts say we can't avoid stress as long as we live in this ever-changing world. So what counts is not how to avoid it, but how to reduce it and cope with it effectively. Environmental issues, low air or water quality, also negatively impact us. On the other hand, modern medical researchers still suspect our genes have considerable control over our destiny. We all have a genetic tendency towards certain conditions. This means our health is still in the hands of God. However, that doesn't necessarily mean we can't do anything about our bodies. Rather, we should continue to stay fit by temperate living, no smoking, moderate drinking, a nutritional diet, and adequate exercise. That way, to some extent, we can compensate for our genetically undesirable aspects. Comprehension. 1. Is personal behavior more or less important than genetic factors in terms of health? 2. Does the environment play any role? How? 3. If someone says, "My health is in the hands of God," what does he mean? Express yourself. 1. Do you think you are healthy? 2. Do you eat 3 balanced meals a day? 3. Do you take vitamins every day? Do you think they improve your health? 4. Do you often drink a tonic? If so, what is it? Why do you drink it? 5. Do you exercise every day? Why or why not? 6. If you work out too much, you are likely to get addicted to exercise. Can you define what exercise addiction is? Is it dangerous? 7. What are your everyday stresses? Do you cope with them well? 8. Have you ever been hospitalized? If so, why? For how long? 9. Do you regularly see a dentist? Why or why not? 10. When you have a cold, do you see a doctor right away? Just rest at home? Or try to ignore it? 11. Do you trust doctors? 12. What disease are you the most afraid of? 13. What do you think is the most important thing in terms of your own health? 14. Lack of exercise and poor diet are the main culprits leading to bad health. Do you think you are well balanced with both aspects? 15. Do you think fasting is good for your health? 16. Do you believe in faith healing? Why or why not? 17. Do you think cancer will be conquered in the near future? 18. How much do you think your genes affect your health? 19. How can we define mental health? 20. How are physical and mental health related? Do they affect each other? Opinion samples. 1. Doctors are useful tools and should be employed accordingly. They are available to prescribe medicines we cannot purchase on our own, and they are handy for performing serious procedures, like surgery, that we lack the skill and practice to perform. But most of the advice they give us is just common sense. Get more sleep. Cut back on your smoking. Exercise more. It doesn't take an MD to know those things. I also believe that too many doctors make recommendations that are designed to improve their own economic situation more than their patients' health by mandating unnecessary and expensive courses of action. 2. A lot of our illnesses are psychological more than physical in nature, and thus can be affected by a change in our mental state. We get well because we think we are better, but we run the risk of ignoring genuine diseases because we have become convinced that some quack claiming a supernatural, magical power has done something to cure us. These frauds prey on desperate individuals and their loved ones who suffer from a severe malady that is difficult or impossible to treat successfully. These pitiable people are willing to try anything because nothing else works. But they are only enriching a con man while doing nothing to improve their own condition. Dialogue. Daily exercise. How much is too much? Why don't you come with me to the gym today?
I don't have the proper clothing.
Then we should take a long hike this weekend.
Sorry, I don't have appropriate footwear.
How about yoga?
I don't have the time. I'm too busy at the office this time of year.
That's exactly the point. You sit around all day and gain weight, and your health suffers as a result. If you led a more active daily life, you would feel a lot better.
I feel fine. I never miss a day of work, and I do whatever I like afterwards. Except for an occasional cold, I don't have any health problems at all. So I think deliberate exercise is a waste of time.
I work out every day. I take a vigorous walk every morning before breakfast. And I spend 2 hours a day at the gym, except on weekends when I go to the pool instead. And every Sunday, I go bowling with my team. On the job, I'm always performing isometric exercises between work tasks. When I don't have anything else to do, I fill the time with some kind of physical activity.
When I see you, you usually have some muscle pain or soreness you complain about. You exercise too much, and your body can't keep up anymore. You should slow down and relax more.
We sure are different in terms of the way we stay healthy. I can't imagine staying fit by avoiding exercise, and you can't see the value of getting any at all. Questions. 1. How about you? Are you Maud or Harold, or neither? 2. Calculate how many hours of physical activity you spend every week. Do you think that is enough? 3. What are your favorite excuses for avoiding physical exercise? Read and discuss. Living and dying. Health is the one commodity that we cannot buy or trade. We can try to take care of ourselves, and we can do our best to destroy ourselves by engaging in unhealthy lifestyles. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Sooner or later, we are going to acquire a fatal illness. When that happens, we may be old and in poor overall health, or we may be young and in great shape. But when we know that we are going to die, what are we going to do about it? One type of person will decide that dying is just part of the natural life cycle and must be endured. Perhaps this attitude is buttressed by a notion that interfering with the natural or divinely ordained course of events is sinful. They are determined to live as long as possible, even though life itself is painful and without pleasure. Another type of person will decide that having a right to life also implies a right to end a life of misery. If they know that from now on the condition of their life will continue to deteriorate, that the pain will increase, or that it can be countered only by larger and larger doses of opiates, causing them to lose mental lucidity, that they will have to lose more and more of their human dignity the longer they hold on to their pathetic lives. They may decide to take their fate into their own hands. They may prefer to choose to die rather than allow life to become meaningless. The first type of person may not want to deprive loved ones of his or her presence, while the second type may not want to subject loved ones to the expense and stress of useless care. But either choice, of stoic acceptance or of practical euthanasia, requires a distinct kind of human courage. Neither choice is pleasant. Questions. 1. Is suicide ever justified? 2. Is life, no matter how poor, always more valuable than anything else? 3. If you were one of the types of persons described above, Could you support the decision of a loved one who belonged to the other type? Let's talk funny. Walking to get fit. Experts say that 15 minutes of fast walking burns about the same number of calories as 20 minutes of running. It's cheap, convenient, and not likely to cause injury. So why don't people walk more?
They are too busy to walk.
But they can take the time to drive to the gym and work out there on an expensive treadmill.
They don't think walking free of charge is a good workout. Questions. 1. Where do you usually work out? 2. Do you think gym fees are worth the money? Why or why not? 3. What's the difference between doing your exercise at home or in a gym?
Points to ponder. The following sentences are all related thematically. They express a wide difference of opinions and attitudes. You may agree with some of them and disagree with others. Please discuss what you think the sentences mean and what you think about them. 1. A lot of people lose their health trying to become wealthy, and then lose their riches trying to get their health back. 2. Many people suffer from poor health, not because of what they eat, but from what is eating them. 3. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. 4. The secret of good health is to leave the table hungry, the bed sleepy, and the tavern thirsty. 5. He's the best physician that knows the worthlessness of the most medicines. 6. Every patient carries his or her own doctor inside. 7. Overnight stardom can be harmful to your mental health. It has ruined a lot of people. 8. True healthcare reform cannot happen in government. It has to happen in our kitchens, in our homes, in our communities. All healthcare is personal.